Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to do a Vivarium build. It's in preparation for a crested gecko that we're going to be getting. And yeah, so I'm going to show you how I mix up my substrates. I'm going to plant a couple of plants, introduce some isopods and springtails and that just to get it all ready. So yeah, let's get going with the setup. Alright, so first thing we're going to use, I'm going to mix up some substrate. I've got some leaf matter in here, leaf litter. I'm then just going to use some spider peat, and I'm basically just using a rough measurements that I found works well for me. A bit of moss. Alright, so I'm just going to give it a good mix in. Tear the moss up so that it's not all clumped. Okay. Right, so let's almost mixed in. Right, so that's a sort of a very rough mix that I use. Alright, let's get on to the actual build. Just trying to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, so first thing I've got is some fireballs. These are basically clay balls, and they're great for drainage, but they're also good because they hold a lot of the sort of natural bacteria and stuff as well, because they're very porous. Okay, so what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting an area that's sort of media free, that the animal can come down and drink if it wants. So that's why I've got the bowl here. So I'm going to put that in first and then literally pour these in around it. So don't worry if things are a bit cloudy at the moment, it doesn't really matter. You'll see that it's going to clear out quite quickly. Alright, so that's done. You then need a piece of material of some description. Oh, this Exoterra is leaking. That is not good. Okay, well that changes things a little bit. Yes. Not a good advert for Exoterra. I'm supposed to check that the items are all sorted, that there's no leaks. Anyway, alright. I'm going to go ahead and cut this anyway. What I'll now have to do though is find a tub or something that I can put within that one, as the original plan was that the water would be able to flow freely to it, and that way always have water available. But yeah, unfortunately things don't work out the way you intend. Okay, so now I've got a substrate filter, if you like, in place. Still a little bit on the big side. Yeah, in fact I'm going to just cut away 2 inches on the back edge. Should look a bit better. There we go. Alright. Now we've got our filter net. Goes behind there. Don't be afraid to layer things a little bit if you make a slight mistake on the sizing. It's not going to make any difference in the end because you're not going to see any of this. Right, now that that's done, we can kind of size up where we're wanting some of the other bits and pieces. Driftwood. Okay, so my thinking was is that we do something like this, and that's why I like the exoterras, because you've got the option of going in from the top or the front. So our thinking was to do something along those lines. So therefore it breaks that square shape from our water area. I can still squeeze a deli cup in there. I'll find one that fits now that I know the exoterra can't hold water as such. I will obviously try and figure out where it's leaking from. And see if I can't do a after the fact repair. It might just be a small crack on the bottom or something like that I hadn't noticed before. But yeah, so that's basically the idea there. Alright, so let's now pull this a little bit closer. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this mixture. Now I'm going to be putting that in. Run a little bit low on substrate. You can always add in. If we have to mix a second batch, then waste it. But I think I've actually mixed just the right amount. And I'll just get some to the back there. Take a bit of this moss as well, just gonna stick it in the back there. Okay, take this last little bit and sprinkle it in from the top. Right. So here we've got fundamentals in place. I think it looks quite artistic with the shape of driftwood that I chose. And I think it's coming along nicely. Alright. Okay, so now our main plant I thought would be this bromeliad. Now we're going to put this in the corner. Okay, so you can literally just pop them up there. The idea is that they will eventually root and continue growing up the slope. So I'm going to put one in sort of each corner. I'm going to use a little bit of super glue, as odd as it sounds, just to hold them in place. And those vines will kind of grow up and add a bit of interest over there. And then once again we're looking to break the sort of browns in the enclosure. So I'm going to take this one, detangle it a bit, and I'm going to bury its roots in there. So I kind of got the green in the front, got that nice contrasting red, got some green at the back, and got that log going up. So yeah, that's pretty much the thinking. Alright, have a better look at that camera as well. Now I'm going to take, these are springtails. I'm going to empty those out in the back there. You really, you might be able to see them on the camera, I'm not sure, but they're really tiny. It's just a culture of springtails, and then lastly, so add in our culture of isopods. Now you can see them moving around there. nicely. So empty those guys out in the back there. And make sure you don't leave any behind. Yeah, and now the closure is bioactive. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do what I said and just pop a bit of super glue on these just to help them stay in place. Make sure it has gone, yeah it has. This is super glue gel. I found this works particularly well for this job. Dries nice and quickly, but you've still got a time to kind of react and do what needs to be done. Right, now this one, same scenario. We're going to stick that on there. Make contact. Alright. Okay. And that's basically it. So that's ready for our crested gecko. Obviously I'm going to let it drain completely the water and then just from the outside see if I can patch that leak, because I really wanted this to be able to have a sort of natural movement of water through the substrate into an area that it could be drunk. But if that's not to be, well then obviously we'll have to put in a deli cup or something that can work as well, so that they've got access to water all the time. Crested geckos, and they tend to drink off the leaves when you spray the enclosure, so they won't necessarily use the bowl, but I've seen my male crested gecko actually go down to an open area of water and drink, so it's not a case of that they won't. You can actually, I don't know if you can see that very well, let's grab this camera quick. And I don't know if you can see that guy over there. Some of the isopods just starting to move around.